Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about another example of Smith chart. The given example is a 50 ohm line is terminated with a receiving impedance of 100 plus J121 ohms. The wavelength of the electrical signal along the line is 2.5 meters. Determine the following from the Smith chart. First bit, standing wave ratio. Second bit, load admittance. Third bit, impedance of the transmission line at voltage maxima and voltage minima. And fourth bit, distance between the load and first voltage maxima for a transmission line. So coming to the solution, given that given the characteristic impedance Z0 is equal 50 ohms, load impedance Z suffix capital R or Z suffix capital L is equal the load impedance 100 plus J121 ohms, and the signal wavelength lambda is equal 2.5 meters. Given that the characteristic impedance Z0 is 50 ohms, load impedance ZR or ZL is 100 plus J121 ohms, and the signal wavelength lambda is equal to 2.5 meters. And first steps for using the Smith chart. Step 1, determine normalized load impedance. Step 1, determine normalized load impedance. Z suffix small r. So we know that the normalized load impedance Z suffix small r is equal load impedance divided by characteristic impedance ZR by Z0. So given that ZR is 100 plus J121 ohms and Z0 is 50 ohms, so therefore the normalized load impedance Z suffix small r is equal Z suffix small r is equal 100 plus J121 ohms divided by characteristic impedance is 50. 100 divided by 50 is 2 plus 121 by 50 is 2.42. So the normalized load impedance is a complex quantity. It has real part of the resistance value and imaginary part of the resistance value. And this is the real part of the resistance value, R is equal to constant circle. And this is the imaginary part of the impedance value, which is the reactance value, X value. X is equal 2.42 constant circle. And the constant resistance circle is R is equal to 2 circle. In the Smith chart, mark the intersection point of R is equal to 2 constant circle and X is equal to 2.42 constant circle. And this is the Smith chart. In this Smith chart, and this is 2 volts generator. And this is two volts generator, and this is 2 volts load, Now I will maximize the Smith chart. And this is the horizontal axis, and these are the different constant or circles, and above the horizontal axis it has positive reactance value, below the horizontal axis it has negative reactance values, and this is the origin point, and this is origin point 1 comma 0 point. In the Smith chart, mark normalized load impedance. So the normalized load impedance z suffix small r is equal 2 plus j 2.42, r is equal to 2 constant circle, r is equal to 2 constant circle, and this is r is equal to 2 constant circle, approximately r is equal to 2 constant circle, and reactance value is 2.42, and this is 2 and this is 3, 2.2, 2.4, 2.6, 2.83, so 2.42. 2.4 and 2.42, approximately this is 2.42 reactance value. So approximately mark the 2.4 reactance value. Okay, and this is point P, and this point P is normalized load impedance. So what is the normalized load impedance? Z suffix small r is equal 2 plus j 2.42. Using scale, connect origin point and point P. Using scale, connect origin point and point P. Next, draw the VSWR circle. So the VSWR circle can be determined as origin as the center and radius as OP, and OP as the radius and origin as the center. Draw the VSWR circle. And this is the horizontal axis. This is the horizontal axis, and this VSWR circle intersects the crosses the horizontal axis. To the right of this Smith chart, to the right of this Smith chart, the VSWR circle intersects the horizontal axis. That intersection point or the crossing point is considered as point M. This intersection point is considered as point M. From origin to the point M, the distance is distance is 5, and this is the 5, and this is the 10, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 5.5, 5.5, and this is VSWR circle. This is VSWR circle. From origin to the point M, from origin to the point M, VSWR value is 5.5 approximately. 5.5 approximately. Step 2. Determine VSWR value from the Smith chart. So from the Smith chart, the VSWR value, VSWR is equal, OM is equal 5.5. 5.5. Determine normalized load admittance and the load admittance from the Smith chart. How to calculate normalized load admittance from the Smith chart? and this point P is the normalized load impedance. Draw the line opposite to the normalized load impedance, we get normalized load admittance value. So using scale, draw the line opposite to the normalized load impedance, we get normalized load admittance. So this opposite line intersects the VSWR circle. That meeting point or intersection point is considered as point Q. So this point Q is called as normalized load admittance. So this normalized load admittance, this point Q connects, and this is 0.2 constant circle, 0.2. The constant circle at point Q is 0.2 constant circle, and the reactance circle is, and this is 0.2, and this is 0.3, and this is 0.25. So this point Q is below the horizontal axis, so it has negative reactance value. So the negative reactance value is minus 0.25. So Q is equal to 0.2 minus J 0.25. So this value at point Q is called as normalized load admittance. At point Q, the value is 0.2 minus J 0.25. So from the Smith chart, the normalized load admittance Y suffix small r is equal 0.2 minus J 0.25. Now here we want to calculate load admittance. So we know that the normalized load admittance VR is equal load admittance divided by characteristic admittance. From this equation, the load admittance Y suffix capital R is equal Y suffix small r into Y naught. So from the Smith chart, so what is the normalized load admittance? Y suffix small r value is 0.2 minus J 0.25 into Y naught. The characteristic admittance is the reciprocal of the impedance. Given that the characteristic impedance Z0 is equal 50 ohms, Y0 is equal 1 by 50 ohms. Multiplying 1 by 50 within the bracket term, we get 4.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 minus J 0.25 divided by 50 is 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 minus J 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 is millimos. The load admittance YR is equal 4.4 minus J 5 millimos. That is the step 3. Determine impedance at first voltage maximum, So we know that impedance at the first voltage maximum is Z suffix maximum is equal Z0 into VSWR value. So that is equal the Z0 value characteristic impedance given data, the characteristic impedance Z0 is 50 ohms. So from the Smith chart, the VSWR value is 5.5. So 50 plus 5.5 is 275 ohms. And similarly calculate impedance at the first voltage minimum, and it is denoted as Z suffix min. So Z minimum is equal characteristic impedance divided by VSWR value. So that implies the minimum impedance Z minimum is equal the characteristic impedance Z naught is 50 divided by VSWR is 5.5. 50 divided by 5.5 is 9.09 ohms. 9.09 ohms. So that is step number 4. Next step number 4. Step number 4. Determine distance between the load and the first voltage maxima for a transmission line. Step number 4. Determine the distance between load and the first voltage maximum. So from this Smith chart, the first voltage maximum from the load lies along the horizontal axis. So this is the horizontal axis to the right side end of the chart. And this is the left side end of the Smith chart, and this is right side end of the Smith chart. The first voltage maximum from the load lies along the horizontal axis to the right side end of the Smith chart. So that is point B. This right side end of the Smith chart is considered as point B. This is the origin point and this is the point P. The line OP is extended to the outer circle. That extender line cut the outer circle of the outer ring circle of the Smith chart. That crossing point or the cutting point is considered as P dash. This point P dash is called as the load point. At point P dash the value is approximately 0.208 lambda, and this is 0.2 and this is 0.2, and P dash value is approximately 0.208 lambda. This is the horizontal axis. This is horizontal axis. The first voltage maximum from the load along the horizontal axis to the right side end of the Smith chart is point B. And this is the right side end of the Smith chart. So this right side end of the Smith chart is considered as B dash, point B. And this point B is called as first voltage maximum. So now here what is the value? 0.25. 0.25. The distance between load point P dash, this is the load point P dash, and the first voltage maximum point B towards the generator measured on the wavelength scale is P dash B is equal, and this value is 0.25 lambda minus 0.208 lambda. So therefore P dash B is equal P dash B. So P dash is load point and B is the point B is the first voltage maximum. So P dash B is equal, at point B the first voltage maximum value is 0.25 lambda minus, and the load point value is P dash is equal 0.208 lambda. So that is equal 0.25 minus 0.25 lambda is 0.042 lambda. Hence, the distance between the load and the first voltage maximum is the distance between load and the first voltage maximum is Y maximum is equal 0.042 lambda. So given that the signal wavelength lambda is 2.5 meters, 0.042 into 2.5 is equal 105 meters. In the Smith chart, mark the Y maximum value. And this is the point B. And from this load point towards the generator, from this load point to the first voltage maximum, and this is Y maximum. So what is that value, that Y maximum value? So this value is 0.042 lambda. 0.042 lambda.